what's driving markets? Welcome to Market Take. Each week, we'll bring you our insights on the latest market and economic trends that are impacting investments. I'm your host, Ann-Katrin Petersen, Chief Investment Strategist for Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and Eastern Europe at the BlackRock Investment Institute. Markets are expecting the European Central Bank to start cutting interest rates this week. We think central bank rate cutting cycles will be far from typical. Central banks are set to keep rates above pre-pandemic levels due to persistent inflationary pressures. Mega forces are bolstering those pressures. They are structural shifts like geopolitical fragmentation, demographic divergence, and the low-carbon transition that are driving returns now and in the future. As a result, we expect ongoing inflationary pressures and structurally lower growth than in the past across major economies. European government bonds have swung recently as markets are uncertain about the path of ECB rate cuts beyond a first cut expected this week. Falling inflation and weak economic activity have set the stage for the ECB to start cutting rates. Yet the economic backdrop is still atypical for rate cuts. Growth is improving, inflation remains above 2%, and the unemployment rate is at a record low. That's a far cry from the economic crisis and low inflation in the past decade that spurred the ECB to introduce negative interest rates and buy bonds at scale. The ECB is set to ease policy before the Fed and before it's certain what's next for US monetary policy. US inflation has proven sticky and volatile, so another rate hike is not impossible. In the short term, the gap between the Fed and the ECB policy rates could widen and weigh on the euro against the US dollar. Here's our market take. We still prefer US stocks over Europe's as they benefit more from the artificial intelligence theme. We're neutral European government bonds, but favor income from European credit. For details, read our weekly market commentary. Go to www.blackrock.com/weekly-commentary. Thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this episode, subscribe to Market Take wherever you get your podcasts.
This material is intended for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, a recommendation, or an offer or solicitation to purchase or sell any securities, funds, or strategies to any person in any jurisdiction in which an offer, solicitation, purchase, or sale would be unlawful under the securities laws of such jurisdiction. The opinions expressed are as of the date of publication and are subject to change without notice. Reliance upon information in this material is at the sole discretion of the listener. Investing involves risks. BlackRock does and may seek to do business with companies covered in this podcast. As a result, listeners should be aware that the firm may have a conflict of interest that could affect the objectivity of this podcast. For more information, visit blackrock.com